Hello. How are you guys doing today? So it's either good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are watching me from. Yes, my name remains Goodness Usman. And of course, I am your Fab Lady Realtor for Nigeria Realty 24. So welcome to another episode of Tea Talk with Goodness Usman. So you know how we roll on this particular show, right? Yes, we have some tea, we share some tea together and have some interesting conversation around your real estate investments in Nigeria market, right? All right, so yes, as for how we roll, I already have my green tea here. You already know that I love green tea, so you should get your own tea, coffee or water or juice or whatever it is that works for you. So shall we go into the topic of today on today's episode? All right, so quickly, let me sip my tea before we go on. Nothing tastes good like green tea. That's why anyway. Anyway, so now today we're going to talk about this Airbnb. Yes. I'm going to talk about your investment and the Airbnb option of investments. Now, the talk of the town, everybody's talking about Airbnb. Everybody's advising, every investor is advising every investor to go into Airbnb. Everyone wants to consider Airbnb. So I want to talk about it. Let's have a conversation about it. It's a subject we need to talk about. Let's even break it down. How does it even work? Is it even profitable? Is it wise? Is it all locations that is profitable, etc.? All right, so I go into it. Now, let me first of all explain what an Airbnb. I don't think there's anybody that does not understand what an Airbnb is. In fact, for some of us in Nigeria, 10 years ago, there's nothing called Airbnb in Nigeria. All right, we only know about it, but that's if you're living in abroad. So I'm sure that everyone who is watching this video, who is based outside the shore of Nigeria, know much about how it works over there in terms of Airbnb. But just so in case you don't know, so let's talk about it. So Airbnb is this investment option or this other part of real estate where you can, you as an individual, instead of renting an hotel, you can have a space. So it's a space that makes you comfortable, that makes you feel at home. It doesn't give you this hotel feel. Okay, so when you're there, it's like home away from home, so to speak. So you don't want to go to an hotel, you have this comfort, that looks like home. You can cook, you can run things yourself. So you can cook yourself, you have a microwave, you have stuff. Unlike a regular hotel where you just have to order in their kitchen and all of that. So you have everything around you that you want. You can decide to cook, you do your laundry, you do everything yourself. So like I said, in a nutshell, it's a home away from home feeling. So it's you having like an hotel, but with an home away from home feeling. So that's what an Airbnb is, which, like I said, is popularly known all over the world. But for the Nigerian market, we just got into it now, and it's the new thing in Nigeria. All right, so I'll break it down. It's a new thing in Lagos. Maybe not, I don't know how it works yet with other states in Nigeria, but I know that it is the in thing right now in Lagos. It has started being the in thing in the last 2 years, thereabout, but right now it's more hotter than ever. And a lot of investors are coming into the real estate market. They're making a lot of money with this Airbnb. Trust me, between me and you guys, even me, I'm looking for how to run my own Airbnb, shortlet. So yes, it's called, is widely known as Airbnb, but sometimes here in Nigeria locally, we call it shortlet. All right, so you can decide to go there. So yeah, like I said, it's a home away from home. Everything is all there. All right, moving away from the explanation, you get the gist, right? All right, so moving away from it, the question that keeps popping up is in my mind is, so is Airbnb actually for everybody? And then if it's for everybody, which locations? Right? With me, Goodness Usman, there are some interesting topics that we talk about on this show, and generally that most realtors don't even bother paying their attention into it. All right, so yes, and that's what makes me different, right? All right, so I keep asking myself, and I'm sure some of you probably will have had that thought, that is Airbnb actually for everybody? I know some of you will be watching and you don't even know that there's an option for you to do an Airbnb. Okay, so there's an option for you to do Airbnb. You can invest in a particular location with the mindset of running an Airbnb. Okay? Let me take it again. You can invest in a particular property or a land with the mindset of building something and then turning it into an Airbnb. So as against the rental income, the usual rental income, you get paid annually. Nigeria is still annually. Lagos is still annually. Nobody is doing. In fact, before it used to be 3 years, 4 years rent that you want to pay together. Now it's annually. You can pay 1 year rent. Okay. In fact, it's mandatory by law that you have to pay 1 year rent. You don't have to pay 2 years, but it's convenient for you. Fine. Unlike somewhere else abroad, some places in abroad where you have to pay monthly, some is even weekly. Nigeria was still haven't gotten that. What we have is yearly. So in some location, it doesn't really make sense buying a property and then putting it on rent. When you say rental income in some location, it doesn't make any sense yet. Some, it doesn't make any sense now. Some, it doesn't make any sense yet. You see, I like to break things down. Yes, as much as we want to come and say buy this property, I normally ask, what do you want to do with it? Remember our previous conversation that I said you must know why you're buying into the property, right? Then when you have your realtor, have that conversation with your realtor needs to understand what it is that you're doing and you want to do, so that you'll be on the same ground and then you will achieve your purpose better. So you won't be investing for the wrong reason. So yes, for this Airbnb, there are some locations that for now it might not work for Airbnb. So if you have a plan to buy land in Ekpe and you want to use it for Airbnb, that's futuristic, which is okay because that's for the future. But right now, as it is hot, there are some places that you can start earning in another 1 year. You can start earning in 6 months on this your Airbnb. So we need to define it. If you want to buy a property for the future to do Airbnb, it's a different ball game when you want to buy a property for now, start earning now. Okay, there are some places that if you buy a property now, an apartment, if you want to put it on rent, I'll tell you, for me, from my own angle, the rental value will not make any sense. You're not going to get your return on your investment in 2 or 4 years or 5 years, which is okay because you're going to earn the rental income for life, right? So that's like a very futuristic thing. So rather than running it only for futuristic, you can also get a short-term return, which is why the Airbnb comes into play. So if, for instance, I'm going to be using 2 examples now. So if you're buying a property in Ikate, for instance, now, a mini flat or a mansionette or an apartment, whatever it is that you're buying in Ikate right now, I take Bloom Haven or Camberwell Advantage 3 and 4 into cognizance. Now, these ones are apartments, right? If you buy into them now, I tell you, especially for Bloom Haven is going to give you return on your investment in less than 1 year. Now, this is the thing. It's an off-plan, yes, but then we also have MIJL. MIJL residents right now have single apartments only in that estate. Now, those single apartments are selling for 30 million naira. In that estate will be ready in another 6 to 8 months. So to speak, let's say 1 year. So if that estate is ready in 1 year, you invest 30 million naira. Maybe you buy 4 units. That's 120 million naira, right? And then you furnish it and you then start Airbnb. You will start earning from the Airbnb next year. The same thing with almost the same thing with Camberwell Advantage 3, though it will take a longer period. But MIJ is almost ready. Bloom Residence is almost ready. So if you invest in those property, the rate at which you will earn on those property in terms of your Airbnb, of course, I would advise that the rental income there makes sense as well, but putting it out on Airbnb is way better because again, most of you are Nigerians in diaspora. So for a Nigerian in diaspora, to me, it doesn't even make any sense owning a property right here because you don't live here. So if you own a property here, you can own apartments, as many as possible. Put them on rent. Some, depending on the location. Remember what I started with. Depending on the location, you can earn rental income. Of course, rental income is for life. It's for life. So yes, I will always say yes and yes and yes for rental income. But I'm saying that in some area, as it is hot, because it's hot right now in the market, and there's a high demand on it. You know, the advent of COVID-19 has also helped Airbnb. Why? Because a lot of people don't want to go to these hotels. You don't know what is what. You're not sure of what is happening, the way they sanitize the place and everything. But with an Airbnb, at least you can sanitize it yourself and all of those things. You have control. You don't have to eat from the kitchen. You can provide your own food. You can do your own laundry and all of that. So people are buying into it. Even people based within Nigeria. Somebody in Port Harcourt don't want to do an hotel. They want to do an Airbnb. When they have business in Lagos, they come into Lagos for 1 week, 2 weeks. They do an Airbnb and they move. Same thing with Abuja. People from Abuja, they come into Lagos because Lagos is the center of excellency and the commerce opportunity and all of that. The whole commerce thing is in Lagos. So you still have to come back to Lagos. So yes, all of those things are why we have Airbnb very common. So yes, I advise you to buy a property in Ikate and put it on Airbnb. Yes. In Aja, yes. In Abidjan, yes. If you have apartments, say for instance, Fairfield apartment. If you want to do Airbnb in Fairfield, you are investing in Fairfield apartment now. You should invest it, excuse me, not on the basis of rental income only, but at least to run an Airbnb, because the company also have a strategy in place to help you run it. So you don't even have to bother yourself about it. They have another part of them that is going to run the Airbnb for you. All you have to say is, I'm going to be earning my money in weekly, or I want to earn my money monthly. Okay, so yes, Airbnb for places like this, it's very, very good. Honestly, I would advise anyone watching this video, if you can afford a single bedroom apartment in MIJL residence right now in Ikate. Ikate, so those who don't know Ikate, I know that some of you don't know where this place is at. Ikate is just less than 10 minutes drive from the Lekki phase 1 estate itself. It's not up to 10 minutes, no. It's not up to 10 minutes, less than about 5 minutes drive. That's where Ikate is. It's in a very strategic location. The road network is fantastic. I've posted a video about this estate over and over. So I am encouraging you that is watching this video to invest in MIJL residence or Bloom Haven, even Fairfield apartment. I know a lot of people have invested in Fairfield apartment. Congratulations to you. Rental income in Fairfield apartments like MIJL are still growing, right? Yes, they have not gotten to their peak. They are still growing. So places like Ikate, that probably the rental income is still, there's still a demand for. Ikate right now has opened up in another level in the last 1 year. I don't understand what's happening, because a lot of people have also moved downwards to Ikate, and they are still moving downwards to Ajashongote and all of that. So what we're seeing playing out now in Ikate is that there is high demand for properties in Ikate, and that's why you see some properties springing up in Ikate. So it is when there is a high demand in market that you as a investor need to spring in. You need to move swiftly into that location, cash out as much as you can. And that's why I'm saying, whether you want to invest it for Airbnb or for rental income, you should considering now investing in MIJL residence or Bloom Haven. Bloom Haven has a payment plan. Yes, it's an off plan, but they are moving in the speed of light. And the one thing I love about the location of that property is that from that property they will take a walk to Elegushi private beach, not the common bridge, the private beach. So there's those on the penthouse is going to have this water view property and all of that. So even you can buy the ones with the water view on the penthouse, and then when you're in the country, you can have access to the place, which makes sense, which by Airbnb makes sense right now. Now, I take it again that if you want to buy a property, you're buying the property for Lekki, Lagoon Front, Cityness, Treasure Garden, Queen's Park, all of these estates, and you want to do Airbnb. I'm not saying it is bad. Like Perfection Estate now, all of the apartments, you want to do Airbnb in the future. Yes. But on another video, I'm going to talk about those locations, Lekki. I'm going to talk about Lekki, Eleko, and talk about what I think is best. But again, it's the future. You see, from 5 years ago, Airbnb is not common. We don't know, like I normally tell people, the best thing for you to do as an investor is to invest now. Now that is affordable, right? Now that you're buying it cheaper, whether in apartments, in Perfection Estate, or lands anywhere, Lekki, Ekpe, because you're investing in the future. Now, the future then, in 5 years' time, will tell us what is in the market, what the demand of the market is, and then you will dance to the tone of the demand of the market so that you can earn high return on your investment. But for right now, the high demand is Airbnb. So if you're an investor watching me, I am struggling advising, how am I finding that word too difficult? I'm advising you to invest in MIJL residence and Blue Heavens. Of course, Fairfield apartment is another one that you can cash out right now from anything. MIJL is already ready. And then you don't even need a big space, right? To even start with. So you can start with 1 unit, or you do 2 units, you do 3 units. I don't want this video to be too long, but you already gotten what I'm saying. So you can give me a call. Let's discuss extensively. There is so much I want to say in this video, but it's difficult when it's too long. People don't get to watch it to the end. I know some people watch it to the end, and like, bravo. But a lot of people don't get to watch it to the end. So yes, it just catch your attention and you're looking at it. You should give me a call. Stop watching right now. Give me a call. Let's discuss your option of investment right now. I know a lot of you have invested in some of these estates, but I'm encouraging those who are yet to move into the Ikate market now to move into the Ikate market, because it's going to give you a short-term return on your investment while you still have your long-term though. Do you guys understand it now? All right, so I hope this has not confused you in any way. But like I said, give me a call. Let's have a discussion. Let's discuss what your options are. Lagoon Front is still selling, like I said. Yeah, yes, the beach house is still selling, but the price has increased. Like I said, I'm going to do different videos for different topics. Thank you so much for watching this video up to this end. I really appreciate everyone. Please, if you're yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel, how about you do so now, and then turn on your notification for things so that you don't miss out on the next video. And for those who want to make reservation, TikTok, let's talk about that property you want to buy into. Thank you so much for always coming to this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for patronizing me, and thank you for giving me referrals over and over. I really appreciate every one of you watching this video right now. My name remains Goodness Usman. I'll see you guys on the next episode or in the next video, or when you call me, just right about now. But right now I really have to go, so I say, oh, double.